How to remove the headlight on a 2017 Ford Fusion. Now this should work for the 13 through the 17 Fusions. The 17s will be a little bit different than the 16 and older Fusion. And as you see here, I've already got the bumper off. I do have a video on how to do that. You just got a bunch of screws and some clips, 7mm screws and some plastic clips that hold it in. You'll also have the two 10mm on the other side too there. You'll have the 7mm there, a bunch of 7mm screws on the bottom. But this video here, I'm just going to show how to remove the headlight. Now the only tool you really need is a flat blade screwdriver, and I believe it's a 10mm. So what it looks like from here, got two bolts here, or I believe you can actually just take this thing off here if I'm looking at it right, which is like a little bracket piece. Then you got a torque, so you could use a flathead screwdriver to take this off here. Then it looks like for on this side here, you got the 10mm bolt that holds that piece in. Alright, so like I said, you had that 10mm screw there. And what I did here, I took a flat blade screwdriver, took the bolt off here, same thing here, took a flat blade screwdriver here. Now before you start trying to pry on this thing to pop it off, there's a little trick to this. Most people end up breaking theirs off because they don't know this little thing. But if you look down here, right where my finger's pointing out and right where this white little bracket piece is, there is a ball pin right here. Now what I did to get it off, I took my dual panel tool remover, went right between it, and just kind of pressed right up against it. Gently, just enough to pop it out of its little socket, and this whole headlight will come out. Now, since this is a driver's side, be careful because you do have a wire that is attached here. Now, I've already got mine unplugged, and what that goes to is your hood switch. So it just plugs right down into here. There's a little connector piece here. Push that down while pulling it out. I'm going to go ahead and take this off and put in an LED bulb in there. And this is what it looks like with just original halogen LED bulb for the turn signal. Same thing with that side here, it's still original, haven't even got to that side yet. Now I'll go ahead and put in the LED one, we can see how bright it is. Alright, before you pull this out too far, you obviously will have a connector here. There's a tab right there, right where my thumb's at. Push that in while pulling it out. Mine was fairly easy. Now, you want to take a dual panel tool removed if you want to take this whole headlight off and lay it like on your workbench or whatever. There is some clips that's going to be on the other side of where I'm looking at. One that's going to be right down here. There should be another one right there. That you can pop off to get the wiring harness for the hood ajar, for the hood switch off. But since I'm just going to work right here, I'll just hold it up against the car. Now here, low beam, high beam, and your turn signal. To get the turn signal, just turn counterclockwise. So I just push away from me. Just kind of wiggle it back and forth, and out it goes. Alright, that is a lot smaller bulb than I thought it would be. But anyways, these are the bulbs that I'm putting in. The thing I don't like about these, I paid what, I think $30 something for these. It looks like they soldered the terminals together for it to hold into place. That's very poorly made, I would say. But I tested them out on my bench test tool and they seem to work. So I'll go ahead, take this one off here and put in the new one. Now there is a little trick to get this out. You don't want to just yank it out because you will actually pop the bulb off of its socket place. Now on here, there are grooves, little pieces here. I'm going to spread that outwards, both of them. What I did, I took a screwdriver, went between the plastic piece here and the actual bulb itself, and gently pulled out one side out, and went to the other side, did the same thing, and it was able to come on out. So I'll go ahead and put this new LED one in. Now this new one was a lot easier to put in. All you just have to do is line it up and push it in until you hear it click. And this is what I was talking about. So what I did here to get the old one off, took my flat blade screwdriver, went like that inside of it, pried this out a little bit, enough to get one side out, went between the light himself again and pry it out. So I'll go ahead and put this onto the new one. And it's keyed, so it goes in there only one way. Alright, got it in there, and that's what it looks like with the LED. I know on your thing it looks like it's flickering. And now it's just the parking lights. That's the LED one I just showed you. This is the regular halogen one. LED. To me, I think it's much more brighter, I would say. Camera probably is not picking it up. This is the halogen. Do it again. LED. And halogen. Now when you go to turn on your turn signal, you might get a hyper flash. We'll find out. I haven't tried that out yet. Yes, you will get a hyper flash. Oh, that was loud enough. Even though the turn signal flash is fine. I do have a software that will let me turn off the hyper flash. If you guys are interested in that, you can watch it. It is a software you download on your computer. You will need an extended license and a OBD port that plugs into the OBD port of the car to the laptop. Now I'll go ahead and do this other side here. Alright, now to get your headlight back in, all you gotta do is lift it up, get it lined up into its places, the holes that it goes into down there, and make sure before you give it a good whack, make sure your ball pin, I ain't gonna move this bumper back because the bumper's holding the headlight, but make sure your ball pins are lined up and push it in so it locks into place. Then you can go ahead and start your screws. And for those people that are wondering, the tabs on the headlight goes underneath of here. Same thing with that, that goes underneath. The one on the bumper, it goes behind the fender. Alright, I'm on the passenger side. I've already went on, took off those two bolts there and the 10mm on the side. Now this is what I was talking about. So right here you got your ball pin. Right between here. Gently pry, enough to not pop it out of place. Then go ahead and take your whole headlight assembly out. Now on the passenger side you don't got much room to pull it out. So what you'll have to do is go down here and just connect the wiring connector onto it to be able to get more room to pull on it. Alright, so brought it to my workbench. Here's the turn signal. Turn counterclockwise. Out it goes. And like what I said, what I did with this one here, if you look, you can see these little grooves here. Like I said, I took the little flathead screwdriver and just pried like you see what I'm doing here. Pry on one side, get that side up a little bit, then do the same thing on that side here. And it goes. Then go and plug it back in and make sure it actually works. And there we go. There's the LED one. I know it's flickering on your screen. That should be better. So you can go back and forth to what I had there on the halogen one, and you can compare it which one's brighter on it. But me, in my opinion, I think this is a lot brighter on it. So all I gotta do is put the bumper back on, screw the headlights back into place, then just program the car so it doesn't do that hyper flash on the instrument panel. And like I said, I will have a video on that, but you will need a software for a laptop, Windows 10, and a device that plug into the OBD port and into your laptop. And like I said, you will need the extended license, which is free. So, hope this video helps you out. Thanks for watching.